live in the interview room once again with the happy connections of Groupie Doll, a definitive and convincing winner in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. Left to right, jockey Rajiv Mirage, trainer and co-owner Buff Bradley, and co-owner Carl Hurst. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Oh, he doesn't want to be called Carl.
I'm sorry.
Don't call me Carlos. He's trying to get here, though.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
That's Brent Burns.
Brett Burns. Thank you very much, Buff.
It's all right.
Who just won an award today, 2 awards.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I think we can safely say, perhaps for the first time this weekend, that a championship was clearly won out on the racetrack. Just an overpowering performance, but not an uncharacteristic performance by Groupie Doll. I know, Buff, this is a through and through. You own the horse, your family does. You bred the horse. Before we talk about the great things she did out on the track, can you talk about what it means to have a horse be so a part of your family from start to finish like this?
Well, it really means a lot. You know, we started from day one with her, or before she was born. So we, you know, it's really special, and to know that we're able to be down there and foal the mare out and have a nice filly like Groupie Doll. It's very special to reach this point. My dad's worked a long time for this, and we worked a lot of hours on the farm, and you know, seen a lot of them not make it to the races. So you know, when you get here, you know how special this one is, and able to have one and keep this one healthy like this all through a campaign it's exceptional.
Rajiv, you were about as wide as any horse in the race. Obviously, you kept your horse out in the clear where she couldn't get in any trouble. But for much of yesterday, and you yourself on hightail, it seemed like if you weren't up close, you certainly wanted to be on the rail. Obviously, Groupie Doll is the caliber of animal where those things you don't have to worry about, I guess.
Well, yeah. Going into the race, my strategy was mainly to just get a clear trip and be confident in her ability to overcome any little bias that there is. I didn't think going in there was a need to save a length or two to jeopardize getting a clear trip. I thought that was the most crucial thing, was to just get her clear, get her in her comfort zone, and she'll do the rest of the running. And she's just so consistent, and I trust her a lot, and she trusts me, and we just make a great team, and it's just work out all the time so far.
Okay, and it's Fred Bradley here, also co-owner. Sure. Just don't knock over that beautiful and expensive
Lord,
Lully
no,
vase.
I hope not. I've got some super glue in the car, though, just in case.
Not a vase.
Okay. Fred, while we have the microphone near you, Fred, this has to be a remarkable day for you. And Buff was talking earlier about how mare foaled on your farm and so forth. What are your emotions watching not just your horse win a championship, but do it in a way that just had everybody's in a state of awe?
Naturally, it was a great thrill, but everybody was acting surprised. I don't know what they're acting surprised about. We thought she was going to win all the way. And my partner, Brent Burns, is here beside me, yes. And Carl Hurst, wherever Carl and Jen are. And my son, of course, the trainer. I want you to know I not only bred this horse, I bred this trainer both.
Very prolific.
Yeah.
Well, you did a good job on both counts, Fred. Well done. Buff, the experts out here in California know what they're looking at. They're very into the workouts, and when a horse ships from out of town, they're quick to praise and quick to find fault. I can't think of a horse that received such unanimous praise as yours did every time she set foot on the racetrack, even for a gallop. What is it about her that seems to keep her at such... You've been able to keep her on such a finely honed edge, really from the time you put blinkers on her through the Humana distaff right on through the end of the year. Every race seemed better than the next. How hard was it to keep her at that level as the year progressed?
Well, first I have to say I have a very good team, and they've done an excellent job of taking care of her and watching her. I shipped her out last week, and they told me, they said she's doing better than she was in Kentucky, and I said, well, how's that possible? But the filly has a very good demeanor to her. She takes everything in. She's pure class. And with that and the team I have and the care that they've put into her, I think that's why we've been able to keep her at this level.
Okay, again, folks in the main press box upstairs can ask a question by getting it to Ed Golden, but we'll take some questions down here. We have a second wireless microphone, and we'll start with Tom.
Trainer Bradley, we have pretty much been able to prove that there is nothing left to prove for Groupie Doll. As a 4-year-old, she has been outstanding. What are your future plans when she turns 5 next year? Are you planning to race her?
Well, I get called a big dummy for this all the time. Now that we've done this, people say we should sell. She's at her highest point for selling. Right now, I've talked with my partners before this race. We still would like to race her as long as she is healthy, and bring her back next year, because that's why we're in it. And we'll discuss what our plans were with when she's retired, but at this point, we hope to come back next year and run, and maybe come back here as well.
Buff, can't help but note that this is an environment a little different than Churchill, a little different than Keeneland, World Championships, Breeders' Cup, an international stage.
Yay.
The last time on an international stage you were taken advantage of. How much satisfaction is there to find a success like this on this particular environment?
Well, I think we're pretty excited about this, and then I think we've been rewarded greatly for being able to come back and keep enduring this game. And being here has been fabulous.
Buff, obviously Rajiv knew what he was doing on the back of Groupie Doll, but were there ever any anxious moments in your mind, just seeing the trip and that she would have to swing wide around the other horses?
No, we thought that she would probably stay out there and be able to watch what the other ones were doing. As soon as they came out of the gate, Rajiv did the correct thing in riding her a bit coming out of there. She broke very well, but if you don't stay after this filly a little bit, then she'll drop on back, and maybe we just didn't want her to have too much to do. And it worked out perfectly in result. Everything, that's about how I played the race out in my head, how it happened, really.
And Brent or Rajiv, did this race visually remind you at all of the Humana Distaff? Just the way she got it done?
I'm just a songwriter from Gulf Shores, Alabama, involved with a lot of great people. But yeah, she's just excited to run, and it seems like Rajiv always gets her in position to finish well. And boy, as you can see, she always finishes really strong, and it's just great to be with great partners. I don't know where Carl Hurst is, but Fred and Buff, it's just great to have great partners. That's why I'm in this business. It's just the friendships and the fun.
Buff, where do you usually race in the winter? Is she going to go to the farm for a while, or does she go down south with you somewhere? What's going on the next few months?
Well, we haven't really talked about it yet, but I think that we'll probably give her a little bit of a break at least, and then we might try about the same thing next year, and as long as she comes back good. She'll ship back to Churchill tomorrow. She'll fly back there tomorrow morning, and then we'll keep her there a few days, and we'll talk about it and decide where to go from there.
Buff, obviously this horse is special. Can you talk about the significance of how special it is, given the relationship between you and your father as well?
Well, I think it's very special in that sense that both my father and my father, who is the one that got me into this.
Brad, you remember?
Yeah, that's right. He's the sire. So I think it's very special for us to share a very special moment like this.
Tom?
This is for jockey Rajiv Miraj. Last year when you won with Caleb's Passe at Churchill, you spoke about your mentors and going through a learning experience, and 2012 has been an exceptional year for you, and you have already won 2 Breeders' Cup races. Will fans be right in calling you part of the riding elite now?
It's pretty hard. It's hard to get to the top level in this business. You need to win races like this very often, and I consider myself I've been riding for 9 years, but still a young jockey. And I just want to do the best I can, and hopefully whatever they want to call me, they call me. But when I go out there, I just try hard every time and just do the best I can.
Well, not an unexpected result, but certainly an inspiring one. Jockey Rajiv Mirage, William Buff Bradley, Brent Burns, and Fred Bradley, rider, owners, breeders of Groupie Doll, champion for 2012. I feel comfortable in saying in the Filly Mare Sprint Division, congratulations on a terrific performance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.